Daymare 1998 is a third-person survival horror game that recreates the mood of iconic titles from the 90s, with a fresh storyline. Well, unfortunately, I'm speaking from experience when I say I'm not so sure about that. To be fair, Daymare isn't the worst game I've ever played. I think we've already seen some games close to that on this channel before, but it's definitely not what I would call good. It's pretty far from it. Daymare's story, combat, and puzzles all leave a lot to be desired, and in general, it's very clunky and/or janky at the best of times. Fortunately for us, Daymare's story also tends to be kind of hilarious, like a more deranged soap opera, and I'm pretty sure that's not intentional, but it's definitely what's kept this game on my mind long enough that I've decided to finally make a video on it. More people need to experience these cutscenes. We're gonna be playing on the classic 90s mode, as that's the intended way to play according to the write-up here. Oh boy, I sure can't wait for some real survival horror. We'll also be playing on the Daymare difficulty, a hardcore mode that'll make me hate the devs. Lovely. As soon as we're locked in, before we even so much as sniff a cutscene, we're hit with a loading screen lore dump. There are a lot of these. I'll give you a TLDR for this one, but feel free to pause here for a couple seconds if you want to read all of this. Okay, so the Hades team, which is the Daymare equivalent to Resident Evil's STARS team, if they worked for the bad guys, are being sent into a quarantined lab to do some cleanup. They really wanted that Hades acronym to work, huh? Fair warning, the audio mixing in cutscenes is pretty bad. I did what I could.
Well, you know, if I were a betting man, I think I'd bet that the odds of making it home in one piece are a lot better with you on the battlefield. But that's if, you know, Gomer Pyle doesn't put us down first.
Just shut the fuck up, Leaf. Goddamn motor mouth.
Don't let him get to you, kid. That shitbird squawks at anyone with a bigger stick, which is pretty much everyone. Never should have pulled his ass out that fire back in Bloom in '94.
Thanks, Hayden. Understood, Major. Get it? I mean, I don't know. Maybe I should just let the past go.
The amount of angst on display early on here can only be a good sign. I want to go over some names really quick so that we're all on the same page. This is Liev, or Leave. They pronounce it both ways and everybody hates him. This is Sandman, he's in charge of the Hades team. This is Raven, he's a pilot. And this is Crane. He doesn't really matter. Before we get started, I'd like to thank Opera GX for sponsoring this video. Opera GX is a browser built for gamers that has everything you could possibly need, like a built-in ad blocker to keep those annoying hordes of pop-ups away and off your screen. And better yet, it's easy to use. If a top-notch ad blocker isn't enough for you, Opera GX also has a built-in VPN. And if you want, you can go a step further with VPN Pro. It has over 3,000 servers in 30+ countries with next-gen VPN encryption to keep you safe and secure while you game. On top of that, Opera GX offers a completely moddable experience where you can change everything from the sound of your clicks all the way down to your browser fonts to make your very own customized experience. You can mix and match multiple mods and their components at the press of a button, making your possibilities limitless. Also, you'll never have to pause a video again while browsing with the video pop-out feature. Just click this button and you can watch while you browse. And if you're anything like me and you like to keep things on the darker side, there's a forced dark pages setting to keep things easy on the eyes. If this all sounds great, but you're worried about losing all the settings you've tweaked over the years, there's nothing to worry about, because Opera GX has their own quick import tool that lets you bring all your settings along from your previous browser. Use my link to download Opera GX today to start using the best browser for gamers. And thanks again to Opera GX for sponsoring this video. We're playing as Liev for now, and we're supposed to be opening some cargo doors so the helicopter can swoop in and grab whatever classified materials we're after. Though I'm kind of wondering if maybe they should have called in the Fear team. If this body is anything to go off of, it looks like Alma Wade might be lurking around here. Here's the shooting tutorial that I unironically love.
It's about time you guys got here. You're with emergency response, right?
That's right, Agent Liev. How's the leg?
It hurts like hell. But I'll be alright. Can't move very far, though.
That's unfortunate. Listen, I need to search this place for survivors. I'll come back for you as soon as I can.
Survivors? Yeah, well, good luck with that. Anyway, I'll be waiting here. I just need to rest my eyes a little.
How to reload right after that. Reloading is something we'll talk about in a bit. It's a whole thing. Okay, so generally the movement in Daymare isn't great. It feels very cumbersome. You've got a walk, a jog, and then a sprint that takes up stamina. The walk and the jog feel particularly slow, and when you sprint, you kind of control like a gorilla that can drift and...
This all brings back memories from '94. Especially that day when you opened fire on all those poor, innocent people. Or what was left of them. Don't you remember?
What the fuck? Not long after that enlightening conversation, we find a healing item and get a pop-up for the healing tutorial. The gist of it is your typical survival horror shenanigans of mixing items for heals or other effects. Where Daymare does it a bit differently is that if you use too many heals too fast, you can overdose, which apparently does damage over time. I've never managed to OD across 3 different playthroughs. I think you'd really have to go out of your way to trigger it. That being said, it hits me as kind of a weird mechanic that would punish someone who's already in a rough spot if they're popping all their heals. To open up those cargo doors I mentioned earlier for the helicopter, we've got to do our first puzzle. We're supposed to redirect power around some rooms, and it's just a matter of lining up abbreviations on a computer with the names on a breaker box. It's not really a head scratcher. With the exception of a couple puzzles later that can kick rocks, they're mostly alright. There's not really anything that makes you think. When the power's all figured out, we're hit with a very anticlimactic first zombie.
What the hell are these things?
Yeah, that's it. Believe it or not, something scary has happened though. We dropped our pistol's magazine, which means I have to talk about the inventory and how reloading works. Keep in mind, this is partially self-inflicted because if you play on the modern take mode, this isn't something you have to deal with. But also remember that we're on the game's intended mode. So this is what the devs want. The main thing is to reload a gun that uses a magazine, or clip or whatever. Sorry, I'm not a gun person. You need to combine the proper bullets into the proper magazine. Then you can either quick reload or slow reload. A quick reload drops the empty magazine onto the ground at the tap of the reload button. A slow reload puts the spent magazine back into your inventory at the cost of an extra second, and the time it takes to hold down the reload button so it knows which reload you want to reload with. It's about as clunky as it sounds. On top of that, the inventory is diegetic, which would be cool if it didn't take 2 seconds to open up every time you wanted to use it. 2 seconds is a lot of time when you're surrounded by enemies that still move while you're watching an animation. And then you still have to fumble through your items trying to reload the proper ammo into the proper magazine. And yeah, you could back off and do your inventory management away from enemies, but that's not always what the situation allows. Obviously, this whole more realistic reload mechanic can work, but I don't think it really does in this case. Anyways, I died shortly after that first zombie. I was forced to walk during a radio call where I was then grabbed and pretty much insta-killed.
Elevator from there. Over.
That is so shit. What? In my defense, I didn't expect any mechanics from the original Dead Rising. At least this shows off the only attack these normal fodder zombies can do, the old grab and puke. Whenever you're grabbed, you have to button mash to break free. On the keyboard, it's the spacebar. It's an absolutely terrible attack to give the most common enemy in the game. For a bit of story context, the gas canisters that the helicopter picks up contains a chemical weapon called Castor, and that's what made all these zombies. Once the Castor's on board, we're after another chemical called Pollux. Pollux was essentially meant to be a super soldier serum that ended up making some of the enemies we'll see later. Although in some cases, I think some enemies are from a combination of Castor and Pollux. Honestly, I stopped paying attention to most of the lore after I picked up a file, and it wanted me to open up a website to be able to keep on reading. You're safe to assume that the normal evil corporation tropes are at play here. The Pollux sample we need is locked up in a freezer that we can unlock by changing some temperatures. And kind of like the last puzzle, this one also tells us what everything needs to be set to, so it's quick. Or it would be, but holy shit, this computer is slow. Opening the freezer also lets out a new enemy. And not just any enemy, it's the enemy that's all over the Steam page. Surely this will be a showdown of... Yeah, no. You can just give it a couple of the most pathetic shoves you've ever seen to ragdoll it. You can keep doing this to your heart's content. It just takes up some stamina. And with the melee attack covered, that's pretty much all the mechanics in Daymare. I mean, there's also a hacking bit you do a handful of times for loot rooms, but that's just a timing minigame, so this is the only time, haha, I'll mention it. We're not quite done here yet, because another Hades team that was sent in went missing. So now we have to do their job as well. And we actually find the missing team right away. Looks like someone was the victim of a shooting tutorial.
God damn this cock-sucking storm!
We don't really have much to talk about for the rest of this level. There's one last puzzle where we have to enter some passwords, but with a keyboard using the Greek alphabet. As long as you have your own keyboard to reference, it's pretty easy. Fuck. And then Liev shoots another survivor.
I'm gonna need that fancy ID card of yours to access the server.
Why? Why'd you want to access the server? I thought you were actually here to rescue us.
Technically, those were your words, not mine. Sorry, bud. Orders are orders.
But what about the others? All the survivors in the building. You're not gonna let us die here.
Nah, you're right. I guess I can't. I mean, especially you. Oh, what the heck. I'll lend a hand.
There's supposed to be a tense holdout section at the end of the chapter, but since we can push the big zombies over, we can take our time with the pukey ones, making it no problem whatsoever. I got distracted by the whole reloading rant earlier, so this feels like a good point to say that shooting, you know, the whole primary method of killing anything in this, is incredibly lackluster. Alongside the muddy looking blood sprays and super weak head pops, the sound of a bullet hitting an enemy kinda sounds like a mouth noise. The ending cutscene makes this look a lot closer than it actually was. Usually, at the beginning and the end of each chapter, we get some narration from the cleaner, voiced by the late Paul Haddad in what would be his final role before he passed away in 2020. He was the original voice of Leon S. Kennedy. It's mostly just classic evil guy monologuing about how he's pulling the strings and everything is part of some big plan. So we really won't be listening to any of that, but I thought it was worth mentioning. Alright, since there's like 10 minutes of cutscenes at the start of chapter 2, I'm gonna have to abridge a bit of this. Sandman and Raven talk about Mike Tyson, Liev is a dick some more, and then Sandman gives Raven a pep talk about the off-screen incident Raven was vague posting about in the intro. It's referenced a few times throughout the game, but it's definitely never shown, unless you count a few seconds of one of the trailers on Steam. And then this happens.
Only place I want to see you falling is on the mat after our bouts.
Were they fucking?
Okay, now focus and keep the spurt up in the sky.
You got it, Major. I won't let you down.
Yeah, it kind of dramatically cuts away from that to introduce us to a character we'll be playing as later. This is Sam, and he's just so fucking much. He's a park ranger firewatch type guy, and the Hades helicopter going overhead knocks his medication off the table. I'm not sure why he was keeping those outside, but surely this won't cause any sort of issue later. At least that's what Sam tells his wife. Her name is Sam's wife, in case you were wondering.
I must have dropped him when that chopper went past. God only knows where they ended up. Don't start that again. I'm fine. I can manage it. I've been living with this for a long time now.
But Sam, you know what happened the last time you didn't take them?
How could I forget? With you constantly reminding me. Listen, I gotta go, baby, okay?
Okay, back to the helicopter.
Major, what's going on here?
David, help me, please.
Don't move, Leave. Put the weapon down.
No fucking way.
Talk to me, sir. What the hell is going on?
Alex, he broke a vial in my face.
Enough chatter. Step away from him right now.
God damn you, Leave.
Well. Who would have thought? Tonight's the night that you finally fail a mission. Lo and behold, the great Sandman. Isn't as great after all. Is he? And who would have thought? Tonight's also the night when you die. You know, for what it's worth, I can honestly say, I had the real displeasure of serving under you, Major. Oh, and don't worry, I'll take care of these. Farewell. What son of a bitch! Oh, shit, didn't see that coming.
This is Daymare's equivalent to Resident Evil's Raccoon City. I guess the canisters of Castor the helicopter was carrying all broke free and spread throughout this entire town in the time it took Liev to swim to shore. There are zombies everywhere, and we've got limited time before our gas mask gives out. Though its little meter thingy refills if we go inside of a house. Not that being inside helped any of the people who lived here. Anyways, this section is pretty much all running through the streets until the end of the level, where Liev's not doing so well.
HQ, Agent Liev here. Do you receive me? Over.
With everyone else dead or huffing bioweapons, I guess that makes Sam the main character now. A few things here. First is that there's zero difference between playing a new character. They all work exactly the same way. There's no character-specific mechanics. The second thing is that this forest looks like shit. Pop-in doesn't normally bother me, but sheesh. I'm pretty sure I've seen this waterfall in Ocarina of Time. The third thing is that Sam is definitely not okay without his pills. And there's something about these hallucinations that feels kind of familiar, but let's get Sam home first. Yeah, so Sandman lived, and apparently he's got a Wesker thing going on now. I have no idea why he killed Sam's wife, though, or why he's even at the house. Essentially, he's hunting down Liev while Liev tries to leave at a nearby hospital. And yeah, he just ignores Sam after throwing him through the window. I think these hallucinations are giving me the Evil Within vibes, minus the red filter. Like, I'm pretty sure the Evil Within does something super similar, but I haven't played since that Akumu run however many years ago, so maybe my memory is bunk. Regardless, here's another cutscene. I think I'm addicted to all the melodrama. Like, get a load of the music here.
No. Oh God, baby, no. Oh, wake up. Wake up, please. Wake up. Why did I insist on taking you with me? This is all my fault. I'm so fucking stupid. I should have just left you back in the city with... I'm so sorry, baby. I'm so sorry. Baby, you just stay right here. I'll come back for you, I promise. I just gotta find the fucker who did this to you. I'll find him myself.
Right, so Sam's not even aware of the whole zombie thing going on until we're hit with the classic look over the shoulder zombie reveal.
Hey, you there.
What? Is that you, Roland? Ain't you supposed to be crippled for life?
First of all, that's pretty fucking rude. Second of all, he's missing part of his face, but you're upset he's not in a wheelchair or something? You can actually find this guy's wheelchair. I wasn't making an assumption. Within about 5 minutes after that, we're able to grab a shotgun, do a puzzle, and run Sam's ass all the way to the hospital, where we're met with another cutscene.
HQ, this is Liev. I've reached the extraction point. Standing by for evac. Over.
We read you, Liev. An Alpha team has been dispatched to your location. Hold position and get rid of any hostiles.
There's no hostiles in the area. Over and out.
Not so fast, Agent. You really think you can walk away from this?
Sandman. Son of a bitch. How is this possible?
Your guess is as good as mine. But aren't you the least bit curious of how your little stunt affected me? Oh, come on, Leaf. You still got one more round to show me something before you throw in the towel.
Nah, I'm throwing it in. See, I've got a flight to catch. And to be honest, I don't give a fuck about boxing. You throw your hands pretty fast, Major. I'll give you that. But tell me this. Can you throw your hands faster than a bullet? No. How the mighty have fallen. Without the safety of your helo, you're knee-deep in shit and you're neck-high in deeper shit. On a crash course to soiling those pretty hands of yours. Tell me this, does it ever cross your mind what you did to me at Groom Lake? No? Well, this time, you're stuck on my battlefield, bitch. And you'll be the one bleeding out, not me. Oh, I've been looking forward to this for so fucking long. 'Cause when it's all said and done, you'll be remembered as a traitor.
You always did squawk too much. You know, life is really just like boxing. You psych your opponent into thinking you'll do one thing, then you do another. You got only yourself to blame for this, Leave. After all, you're the one that made me this way. Oh, come on, Leave. Stop shaking. You look ridiculous. Knockout. You know, I could have let you die back in '94. Yeah, letting you die would have saved us both a headache.
No one can say they didn't try to have a narrative, that's for sure. But as much as they yap in these, it doesn't feel like they're saying much. It's almost starting to feel like they had a trope or a word quote at a hit. Anyways, Sam follows Sandman into the hospital, and this is our first and only area of the game that we actually spend some time in. Everything else is running straight through alleys or streets, or sewers. Unfortunately, almost our entire time here is spent doing fetch quests for an evil British doctor that apparently caught Sandman in a handful of minutes between that last cutscene and now. Showing you all these cutscenes is probably excessive at this point, but I do want you to hear Sam try to get this sick one-liner out only to get shut down.
Doc, open this goddamn door right now. That bastard's got an outstanding account with me, and I came to collect...
No, I'm afraid not. You simply don't have the authority to make that decision.
You can tell he's upset because of what he says at the end of their conversation.
All right, I'll do it. Fucking fruitcake.
Jesus Christ. If you're wanting to catch every second of all the cutscenes and everything between, there's at least one playthrough of Daymare already uploaded from a while ago over on the VOD channel. Or you could always try to catch this kind of stuff live as it happens when I stream at twitch.tv/anxiety. The first thing we do for the doctor is find a Dark Souls-esque hidden door. There's only a handful of these throughout the entire game, and inside them there's item boxes and save stations. The item box works how you'd expect, and it lets you exchange certain items for others. But it's not that useful and feels a little tacked on. Everything else we do here is just going where the doctor tells us to go and killing or avoiding zombies along the way. There's never anything that's like, oh, I found the item I need, so I can access this new area. In Daymare, it's just walk up to this dead body, or press a button on the computer, then listen to Sam argue with the doctor.
First you do something for me, then I do something for you.
Doc, I hope for your sake that son of a bitch is really in there. 'Cause if he ain't, and you're riding me like a donkey, I'm gonna tear you a new one.
Eventually, Sam's hallucinations just straight up turn into shit I know I've seen in The Evil Within. Sam also starts hallucinating zombies. They don't do any damage, but we either have to waste ammo on them, or let them grab us and then mash spacebar to get them to fuck off. Not my favorite. The only other thing of note down here is a new zombie type, and it's an enemy we can't just shove to the ground. Oh! Someone we can't melee! What? After completing multiple pointless errands for the doctor, Sam eventually gets tired of running around for him.
Listen, Doc. I am done playing your fucking dirty little games. All I've been doing this whole time is implicating myself in whatever the hell crimes you've committed here by erasing evidence. I do not take kindly to being blackmailed by weirdo fucks in puffy white coats, and I ain't your damn puppet! My role as your accomplice in this fucked up horror tale ends now. I'm heading your way, Doc. And when I get there, you'll do well to give me exactly what I risked my ass for in this godforsaken labyrinth.
And then Sandman wakes up and kills the doctor.
Don't come any closer. No! No!
Doc? Dr. Atherton, what's wrong? Answer me! Fuck!
Basically, we achieved nothing down here and they had us running in circles until they thought we've had enough riveting gameplay to have the plot move forward. On to the next chapter. Remember how Liev pushed Raven out of the helicopter? Well, it turns out he somehow survived. I think they want us to believe that he had that gas mask on so he didn't get infected, even though he was pushed out of the helicopter without it on, woke up with it on the ground next to him, and there's no one else here to have helped him while he was unconscious. Because why else focus on it, or even have it there? Whatever though, Raven is also looking for Sandman. Hey guys, Future Tony here. Since I don't read the loading screens, I missed this, but it literally says here before the chapter starts that the respirator clung to Raven's beak firmly, which filtered out the airborne contaminants that afflicted the residents of Keen Sight. Still didn't have it on when he was pushed out the window. So, I think my point still stands? Beyond Raven somehow surviving, there's no more wacky story shit in this chapter. It almost feels like a filler where we're trying to get Raven caught up to everybody else. Like they laid it on real thick with the cutscenes earlier, so now this is an hour or so of killing zombies to balance it all out. It's too bad that the cutscenes, you know, the parts of the game where we don't have to play, are also the only fun parts of the game. Unfortunately, this chapter has my least favorite puzzle in the game, the compass puzzle. This might sound nitpicky, but this shit pisses me off because I do not think it's clever at all. The way this works is that there's a big compass with a map and a plaque built into it. Then there's some smaller plaques with compass-like dials near them that spin. To complete the puzzle, we need to spin the dials to line up the places the smaller plaques reference, with the directions they used to be in, which is found on the big compass. The thing is, the compass doesn't point north, and it's a stone or metal monument, so they put this shit facing the wrong direction on purpose. And my problem with this is that there's absolutely nothing to hint that that's the case. So you're operating on shit information, trying to figure out why nothing's working. Why not just have a note saying it was installed backwards or something? Or have it like broken in a corner so you can think, oh, maybe I need to do something to figure out what's the right direction. And yes, I'm absolutely biased because I got stuck on this puzzle back in the day. At least there's a forum post on Steam where other people hate this, and the devs are like, no bro, it's clever, I swear. Why did you assume a compass monument would point north, bro? So I feel less crazy. Our reward for solving the puzzle is a sewer level. It sucks. Daymare is out of tricks at this point, and resorts to having zombies placed around tight corners and cramped spaces to try and get cheap shots on us. We're gonna skip ahead. At one point, we find Crane's body. You remember him, right? This kind of has me wondering how much ground the helicopter managed to cover over the span of that slap fight at the start of the game, considering where Raven landed in comparison to where we just found Crane, and then where we see some of the gas canisters. When we finally make it to the crash site, we're introduced to a new enemy. All we have to do is shoot them till they get on their knees, then feed them back shots until they die. The only challenge here is the fact that there's two of them. Raven doesn't find any trace of Sandman, so he decides to go to Hades HQ at a place called Lair Dam. It's a dam, that's their lair. And I'm fairly certain that's the impact font people use for memes. We're back with Sam now, where we're out of the hospital, and we're just following everybody else over to the dam. It's kind of the same deal we had with Raven, where it feels like another hour plus of padding. I know I already said this before, but it really sets in how boring this all is when there aren't any cutscenes to distract us. There's more zombies, more hallucinations, and a Morse code puzzle that I'm not a huge fan of. We've got to decipher a password by jumping between two computers. One plays a full password in Morse code, and the other has each letter of the alphabet also in Morse code, obviously. You go back and forth letter by letter until you solve it. It's not hard, it's just time consuming. When we're done with that, it's Sam's turn to give out zombie backshots. And so soon after his wife passed away too. Instead of having a second backshot bandit with it, there's a few zombies here instead. Regardless, it plays out the same way. Believe it or not, that's actually the last time we play as Sam. The only cutscene we get with him in this entire section is after that fight.
Major, I'm on the roof of the dam. The Citadel's been overrun. I repeat, the Citadel's been overrun. The whole situation's foobar. No survivors. Hold on. No. Raiden, respond, goddammit! Shit, I'm running out of time.
So, you made it this far. I'm coming for you, fucker. We'll meet real soon, you and I.
Why does he talk like that? Hey look, a typo. And just like that, it's final boss time.
Hey you! Damn, you should be in there!
Hey, what the hell? Let me out now!
Oh no! I can't stop the system! The process! Oh, look behind you!
Oh shit!
Hang in there! Hang in there!
It's going to take me a few minutes to unlock. I'll do my best to get you out, but you've got to hold that monster off.
Can you hear me? Hold that goddamn thing off!
A few minutes? I don't think I have a few seconds.
Imagine that at the end of a survival horror game, where inventory management and conserving ammo is usually a big deal, that's just all thrown out the window, because that's exactly what Daymare does. They give us infinite ammo for this boss fight. What we need to do here is hit this guy until he's stunned, and we need to make sure he's stunned in the middle of the arena under this laser thing so that we can zap him to death. If you hit the stun threshold somewhere else, you've wasted your time and you have to try again. And that explains the infinite ammo, because it can take a lot to stun him. Like so many other parts in this game, it's tedious and it sucks. At least his tentacle arm makes a funny cartoon whip noise. Oh yeah, if you didn't already guess, or the arm didn't give it away, this is a mutated Liev. His situation is more or less explained after we kill him.
Prior to infection, the members of Hades stationed there were administered an experimental additive that increases both physical and mental capabilities. But as a side effect, it seems to have generated some rather unusual varieties of form when combined with the toxin.
Cut the bullshit. I put down some of those Hades things already, and they're completely different from what
You don't get it. Not long ago, an Alpha team was called out to extract a survivor from your team.
Meaning what exactly?
By the time Alpha team arrived, something had literally torn the survivor to shreds. But he wasn't quite dead. The bioscanners indicated the formation of some genetic mutation, an anomaly. That's why the big shots ordered them to recover the specimen for analysis back at HQ. But what they found was something nobody expected. Both Castor and Pollux flourishing in harmony. The two viral agents had twisted together in some ungodly perversion that gave birth to something new.
Wait, are you saying that that thing out there is Liev?
Oh my god. Where did it go? How the hell did it get loose? I knew it! Shit.
You can't stay here. Come on, Doctor.
But there's no stopping it. Don't you understand? Get the hell out of here, boy.
But you don't have to.
Listen, I'll buy you enough time to get to the helipad. Then I'm gonna bomb this damn place. It's just down there. Now go!
But
there isn't any other way. Go on, get out of here.
Wouldn't it be really cool if there was a chase sequence where we have to do QuickTime events to open doors? Because I don't think that would be fun. Especially if we have to go door to door blasting explosives to keep Liev stunned so he doesn't one-shot us. Oh my god! There's one more fight against Liev, and to spice things up, they throw fodder zombies at us as a distraction. What a fun and creative idea that I think all video games should use for their boss fights. We're given infinite magnum ammo up here, so none of this really fucking matters. I just run Liev around shit and shoot him until he dies. Don't you worry, we're treated to one last masterpiece.
Nice one, kid. You really put the shithawk in a fucking coma.
Major! Major!
That's hard to believe. I didn't think Leave could get any nastier than he already was.
Come on, we need to get out of here. The dam's gonna blow.
Right, we better hurry.
Hit it!
Raven, go get out of here!
No. I won't leave another man behind. Not like this. Motherfucker!
Not today, kid. Not today. You've already risked your life far too many times. This time, only one of us is walking away from here alive.
Aiden! How in the hell did you... Where? Oh no.
Sorry to disappoint you, kid. I guess the great Sandman ain't so great after all. But after all of the lives lost, at least I managed to save one.
What's going on? By all rights, you should be dead. And you're not. Wait. What? Who did that to you?
That fucking guy! Don't touch me! Stay away! Leave! He turned me into this freak! The antidote! I need it now!
Just so you know, as far as I'm aware, we're never told that there's an antidote. That's just the thing that we found on Crane's body before the crash site. And even if it does cure Sandman, he fucking snacked on Liev earlier. What's the cure for that? Therapy? Or a stomach pump?
You alright? Did it work?
You bastard! You remember me? You mass-murdering piece of shit? I will never forgive you for taking her away from me.
What? Where the hell are you? Drop your gun right now.
You fucker! You killed her. Why? What did my baby ever do to you?
Hey, whoa, calm down. Too many people have died already. Why don't you drop the weapon so we can talk about it? Whatever happened, it's over. It's over.
No! It's not over! Not by a long shot. Not until this guy pays for what he did to her!
Listen. I don't know you, sir. But you can trust me when I say the man who did all this is dead. The Major's a hero. He risked his life.
He risked his life? Huh? For what? To murder tens of people? Including my wife? Huh? I was there, soldier boy. I saw what he did to her. My baby. Now, I suggest you get the fuck out of my way, or you can go to hell with them!
I'm not gonna tell you again, sir. Drop your weapon, or I'm gonna shoot you where you stand. No matter what you think you saw.
Stand down, Raven. Stand down. It's you, isn't it? Samuel.
How do you know my name?
Because I know more than what you think. But the only thing you really need to know is that I'm truly sorry. I never meant to hurt her. Not intentionally. Your wife, she was one of the few people I could really count on to.
What's that supposed to mean, huh? Huh? Who are you people?
He's the one who ripped my arm off and broke my neck, baby. While you just stood by and watched me die.
No, that's not what happened. That's not how... That's not... She's dead!
Sam, baby, are we really gonna argue over semantics? Just look at yourself. You're nothing but a frightened lab rat.
Shut up!
That's all you want.
Shut
That's
up!
all you ever
Shut
were.
the fuck up! Just shut your mouth.
Samuel,
Stop! Just don't say another goddamn word!
These people know everything about you.
Fight it,
They
Samuel!
always used you for their advantage.
No!
This
isn't real!
You've
She's
been
dead!
company property.
Don't listen to her,
Since the
Samuel!
moment you were born.
Damn it! The voice isn't Sarah!
Don't do it!
Yeah, that's for real how it ends. All of that build-up only for it to cut to black. Though we do get some big reveals after the credits, like how Sandman was the traitor all along. Oh no. But it's only because his daughter is sick and he was blackmailed or something. Sandman was also working with Sam's wife, and she was secretly working with one of the evil corporations, and was monitoring Sam since he was some sort of test subject. Hence the hallucinations, I think. But she loves him for real, and that part wasn't fake, even though he was her job. Who even fucking cares? That's Daymare 1998. Like I said at the start, it's not the worst thing I've ever played, but oh boy, it is not good. It's a complete slog to play. I just really wanted to subject people to those cutscenes. You never know what the hell anyone's talking about, and it's tropes the whole way down. I don't recommend buying this game, unless maybe it's on a very deep sale. Even then, you're probably better off watching all the cutscenes on YouTube instead. You wouldn't be missing out. On a side note, remember how Sandman and Liev kept talking about something happening in 94? Yeah, this might be next. It's time for the channel member Q&A, where if you support the channel with a membership here on YouTube, you can ask me a question at the end of the video. What's my go-to Tim Hortons order? I'm not reading the rest of that. It would have to be a farmer's sausage wrap and a green tea with honey. Are there any YouTube channels you like to watch? Big fan of Mandalore Gaming, Civi11, and of course like my friends like Morgan's Basement, Zero, Snamwiches. That's about all that comes to mind right now. What is your favorite gun in a video game? The Doom 3 shotgun, without a doubt. What's the scariest game you've ever played? If I had to choose a jump scare game, I remember Summer of 58, I think it's called, made me shit my pants. If you could only do one more challenge run for the rest of your life, what would it be? Probably Resident Evil 4 Remake, Randomizer Permadeath. That would probably last me a while. Alright, that's it. Thanks for the questions, and thanks for watching. Wow, I got a B rank. I don't fucking care.